I got up early for this one. Paul already took off on me while I'm trying to search this little stream here. I did pull up something I can't really make out right now because it's dark out, but I see a 74 and some writing underneath, some kind of tag. This beach badge from the Leslie Bathhouse has a lot of significance to it. It certainly tells us that we are searching in the correct spot where this bathhouse used to be. It started in the late 1800s through to the early 1900s, and was a very, very popular bathing area for many people from New Jersey. They also brought people in from New York on big steamships that would dock at the end of that pier. And this is certainly becoming a common theme here, because this is the third trip where I pulled up one of these in the same area. So it definitely tells me the sand is being moved around a lot, because you wouldn't miss this thing. Now we're out here in the water. A nice signal. Took a couple scoops. And I see something a little brass-ish. Oh, there we go. What's this? It looks like possibly a beach tag, a locker tag. It's brass. Number 368. So Paul just told me the only good signal he got so far was a really cool old brass beach tag right where he is. And what are the chances of that? 318 brass beach tag. That has some history to it. Great little piece. And now we're tied. Where is he? Okay, you make the decision. Here are the two best finds today. Paul's number 368, medium-sized tag, but with a little bonus on there. Mine, number 318, small clip with it. Turn them over. Nothing on the back. Nothing on the back. But yours does say number and 368, but it's smaller. Mine just says a straight 318, but it's bigger. Well, I wasn't expecting this to actually be milk glass. I thought there was white stuff inside of a clear glass, but that's a milk glass bottle. Have not seen one like this. I know. What's so intriguing about broken pottery when there's so much pottery still intact out there? There's something about finding it. Sneaking a quick hunt in before the tide comes and swallows me up. But on my fourth scoop, popped out a nice little marble. Look at that bad boy. How cool are you? Nice one. All white except for the patch of reddish orange, and that might be a brown to a black. I'm not sure. Great swirl. And today I pull out some really awesome pottery shards, which I haven't been pulling out recently. Well, I called it. It's going to be a pottery day. I just did another quick wash with my scooper, and although I'm just looking through here one more time, look at this piece. Now you have to know I am also a fond lover of dragons, and look at what's on that piece of pottery. Look at him. Japan made, and an awesome dragon. Well, as I was cleaning off this awesome piece, I did spot another marble. That's 2 for today. And that usually breaks my record. Oh, it's a white and green. I usually only get 1 a day. Isn't that a pretty thing? Maybe with 5 minutes I have left, I can bag a third. I haven't seen one of these in a while, and although it's a twist off, it does have the Charles Fletcher embossing script there, the Castoria. Probably 30s to 40s, which is typical around here. I'm really curious about this piece coming out. Looks like it's top of a button, CRR of New Jersey. And I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the railroad system. Coastal Railroad? I have to look that up. Very cool little piece. Now this is the same scoop I just pulled that button out of, and I quickly did spot another Waterman's ink, but look at what's right there. That might be a really, really good in shape bottle stopper. It is, look at that. Fantastic. Waterman's ink bottle stopper. Oh, that would have been something cool too. A glass and the button all in one scoop. You see it? Red bead. Now I'm on my way out, but I still check for color. And look at this little guy. Faceted bead. Pretty red. Great last minute find. Well, unfortunately, I had to end that trip quickly. I don't have any better way to put it other than nature was calling, and I forgot my backpack. Look at where the tide got to. Now, of course, it took me 45 minutes to look around the house for it, thinking, where did I put it? Where did I put it? And I forgot I took it off, put stuff in it, and left it here. So I had to come back and maybe get a couple more shovelfuls. I'm trying to blast out 5 or 6 more scoops before the tide comes and swallows me up. And I did just pull out a coin. And I'm guessing it's a weedy. No, it might be a memorial. It's 60s or more, I think. And nothing else in the scoop. So this could have possibly fallen from someone who is either doing some clamming in here, or chances are it's probably not from this dump. It may have just pulled off a little cufflink. Well, I'm back again. This is the start of another week. We just passed the 4th of July weekend, and what you're looking at here is the top of the bottle dump. So generally the newer stuff is up here, and graduating downwards would be all the older stuff. But look what just happened to pop out. You can see this stuff fell down because the tide came in, knocked off a couple plates, and it did open up this green bottle. Now it's not super old, but it has some of the lettering still on it, and just sitting there like that is awfully cool looking. And I'm gonna try and just pry it right out. You know, these things are stuck for a reason. Oh, and it's a squirt bottle. Now, some of you may recognize that brand. I don't. It looked an awful lot like Sprite to me. But because it has a little bit of that label left on it, I'm going to take it home anyway. Squirt. I'm going to say I had a weird feeling about today, but no one's going to believe me. Another scoop in the deeper section of this small river, pulling out what has been falling down into it for God knows how many years. And so the edge of what I first thought was a window chain, because I find those a lot in here, but it's a little more on the silver side. And the section I picked up was much longer than I expected. And I believe what I have here is a silver bracelet with, I'm gonna guess someone's name is on that. Look at this thing. It's virtually, there's the clasp. It's pretty much the whole thing. If this is on the older side, generally you're gonna see the name in script just etched in it, and it is starting to come out. I can't really see it yet, but there's definitely gonna be a name in there. It's usually just the first name, but there's a slim chance that we'll get the last name, and then it'd be really cool to look up this person or the person's relatives. Yeah, there's definitely a name there. You might be able to see it better than I do, but I can't pick it up right now. That is a silver bracelet. What are the chances? Okay, that's not all that was in that scoop. If you watched my short that I put out, there was also an awesome little ivory button, and look at this pin. Really? A little bow pin, and everything on the back is still intact, just not the post. Look how great that is. That came in the same scoop that the silver bracelet came out of. Well, let's play the game. What the heck is that? Not really sure. So I'm still getting good targets here. I'm not sure why they're all collecting along this edge. I never get this many targets in one section, but it is creating the possibility of a collection point where these things, for some reason, are all collecting here. So I have to sift more. Can't be upset finding these guys in a location. Nice old brass square nail. And I'm still cutting along this edge and still finding brass pieces, which is definitely what I want to see. Still in the right area. It appears this scoop has a lot in it, and you can see right on the top too. So I'm going to show you how I just spent about 2 minutes rinsing the mud out. You see that handle right there? And then I lay it out. There's a nice press through. And there's something right there that I like the color of. I'm going to go in for that one. There's another square nail. What are you? I mean, this thing is so worn out. I have no idea what this is, but it sure looks very cool. That one's going to drive me bonkers because I may never figure out what coin that is. Look at this thing. There's that awesome nail. I like those. And then I just push through. The other hand has that glove on it right now, and I'm not going to switch. But I push through, scrape around, and just see what else jumps out at me. Where's that diamond ring? There's a little piece there. This is interesting. What are you going to be? Not really sure. Is there a head on that? I may have spotted a yellow and white. You see it? Just came out enough to poke its nose out. And there is the reveal. Yep. That's why I watch these hills. Because when the mud washes down, just the top of these marbles start to come out. Another day or so, this thing would have been washed right into the water. And it would have been much harder to find. A little bit more to look. These oil lamp valves are always a cool blast from the past. And they always have a pretty cool design on it. I like the little buckle that just came up, but right here next to it is interesting. I'm gonna clean that off real fast. I'm not gonna clean it up any more than that right now. It looks like there's some really nice ornate texture coming through, but that stuff stuck on there is pretty hard, so I'm gonna bring that home to clean it up. I'm not sure what it is, but it is jewelry piece. Maybe there was a stone, a pretty big stone inside of that. Well, I think I just pulled the first here in my favorite spot. I have not found any silver coins here yet, and this sure does look like one. And it is. It's a beat up Merc. I know that did nothing to clean it off, but nope. It's a clad dime. This looks like a screw-on piece, but anything with writing on it like that is interesting to me. So we're gonna clean that up and see what's on that. And it looks like there's a little maker's mark maybe. There's definitely something there. Well, as I'm digging a dime signal right here, we're gonna have to wait a second to grab that. See what's ahead of me? Just waiting for a kid to put his foot on that. Hi, buddy. Katie?
Right.
We got a new knife. And this is what I get to see leaving the beach.